Right now at noon, Boeing faces a lawsuit following the 737 MAX 8 crash in Ethiopia, plus new reports regarding the investigation into the crash. And an Army veteran says the VA won't authorize in vitro treatments because she's single. Her fight to start a family today at noon.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now. On this Friday afternoon, we made it. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your first alert forecast. Nice day out there.
It's been a great day, and now that cloud cover is getting ready to move back into the picture, do be aware of that as we go through time. 46 degrees is our temperature here in Madison, and winds are coming out of the north and northwest at 8 miles per hour. 52 down in Janesville right now, Waukesha at 48. I do think a lot of us are going to have that shot at seeing some temperatures in the low 50s for those highs, but we are cooler than we were at this time yesterday. 17 degrees colder along the lakeshore, 6 degrees colder here in town. We still have those winds coming out of the north and even northeast at times. Here's the cloud cover that we have been watching. We've had that sunshine all morning. Now more cloud cover starting to arrive from the south and west. You're even starting to see some precipitation entering the picture over near Nebraska. Let's go ahead and head over to Doppler track. That's part of the system that does bring that minor rain chance later on tonight, especially along and south of the state line. More showers and thunderstorms are developing across parts of Missouri and throughout Kansas and Oklahoma. But our region of low pressure, that's right in here. It's going to be moving north and east along a cold front that is in this general vicinity, but that cold front's all going to be pushing south and east. I'll give you all the details coming up in just a bit, but in the meantime, plan for plenty of cloud cover going through the rest of the day and into early on Saturday, Mark.
So the threat of rain is lessening as we go along here.
It does continue to get less. We've got a lot more drier air in place, so we'll watch that.
Okay, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, sir.
Good.
Topping the news today, the Marquette University Police in Milwaukee is helping with a death investigation. A body was found near a Marquette dorm and Redeemer Lutheran Church. Authorities say the victim is a 45-year-old man. The CBS affiliate in Milwaukee is reporting he experienced a significant head injury. University police say the person is not associated with the school, but are asking students and staff to stay away from the area. No arrests have been made. The Wall Street Journal says data from the black boxes in this month's fatal plane crash in Ethiopia shows a flight control feature automatically activated just before the plane crashed. It's the same automatic system malfunction that is being blamed at a similar crash involving a Boeing 737 MAX 8 jet last year. Earlier this week, Boeing unveiled an overhaul of its software system and how pilots are trained on the 737 MAX jets. The company is now facing a wrongful death lawsuit filed on behalf of one of the victims' estates. President Trump held a rally in Michigan last night where he cheered the end of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation of possible collusion between his campaign and Russia. The president did not hold back on what he thinks of the 8 different congressional investigations still looking into him, his business dealings, his campaign, his inauguration committee. His attack turned personal against the Democrat leading the House Intelligence Committee's investigation, Congressman Adam Schiff, who insists the campaign committed wrong during the 2016 election.
Little pencil neck Adam Schiff. He's got the smallest, thinnest neck I've ever seen.
I think it's immoral. I think it's unethical. I think it's unpatriotic. And yes, I think it's corrupt.
The president says he'll have no problem winning re-election. So far, he has just one declared Republican challenger, former Massachusetts Governor Bill Weld. The U.S. military started covering in vitro fertilization for military families in 2016, but not all veterans qualify for them. Michelle Miller shares one veteran's journey to start a family.
Tony Hackney said she'd always planned on being a mom, but the call of duty complicated her ambitions.
Whether people like it or not, as a female in the military, if you're not there more than your male counterpart, the odds of you getting promoted or getting a good evaluation is not there.
She ultimately rose to the rank of staff sergeant and a military career that took her all over the world.
I'm a veteran. I have to be married. But yeah, a male veteran wife can get IVF. but I can't as a veteran. This doesn't make sense to me.
But being married is not the only requirement to receive IVF benefits. Qualifying veterans must also prove a service-connected condition that causes infertility, have a male spouse who can produce sperm, and a female spouse who can produce eggs.
It's taking away my life dream of being a mother.
Hackney said an illness caused her infertility while on active duty. A doctor at the VA suggested IVF could lead to a family in retirement. The cost, however, was on her.
I needed to feel that love that only your child could give to you. I need to have a decent chance at that. And they just act like no big deal.
Michelle Miller, CBS News, New York.
A House bill was introduced last month to expand coverage to all veterans. Hackney hopes it becomes law in time for her. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is asking for the public's help in finding the person who illegally shot a bald eagle in Marathon County. The bird was found dead on Saturday in a ditch, according to WISC-TV. Lead fragments consistent with a gunshot wound were found on the bird. Anyone with information should call the Wisconsin DNR. A new report says nearly $193 million will not go to Wisconsin public schools this year because that money is being used by voucher and charter schools. Voucher schools are private schools where students can offset their tuition using state subsidies. And charter schools operate outside of the state system but still receive government funding. The analysis was prepared by the Legislative Fiscal Bureau at the request of Democratic Representative Sandy Pope. It was released yesterday as the Joint Finance Committee is set to begin revising the governor's budget. Currently, Governor Evers' plan calls for capping voucher enrollment in 2021 and eliminating income tax deductions for private school tuition. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Today I'm going to share a dish that we just came up with that's easy, Lenten special, and downright tasty. You're not going to want to miss this one.
Yeah,
Every year at the beginning of Lent, so many of you ask us if we have any new and different ways to prepare fish. Believe me, we get it. So this year, I want to share with you a dish that we just came up with that's easy, Lenten special, and downright tasty. We start by sauteing some green and yellow bell pepper that we've cut into strips in a bit of olive oil, along with some cut up onion, cherry tomatoes that we've cut in half, and a few off-the-shelf spices. While that finishes up, we place about 1.5 pounds of fresh cod, haddock, or farm-raised catfish in a baking dish and season it with some salt, pepper, and a squeeze of lemon juice. Now that our veggies are tender, we place them over the fish and into the oven it goes for 20 minutes or so. You know, this is a far cry from all the fried fish that many of us grew up with every Friday. When you finish this with some chopped parsley and bring it to the table with a fresh veggie or two, your gang is gonna wanna know what the special occasion is. So why don't you go to our website right now while you're thinking of it and get a copy of what we call a good fish dish. Once you sink your teeth into it, you'll know why we named it that. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a change from the traditional fish fry way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. The clouds have moved in on, but it's a mild Friday. Meteorologist Chris Reese is tracking some possible rain showers. That's next in your first alert forecast. Our Call for Action phone bank is open right now, ready to take on your consumer issues. Call our hotline. Volunteers will help you with any consumer complaints. The number 608-270-2833. The service is open every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 11 and 1. Wall Street rallies, Lyft takes off, and what work perk do employees want most? Diane King Hall has more in today's Money Watch report.
Stocks opened higher in early trade on optimism that the U.S. and China are moving closer to a trade deal. The rally also comes as Lyft makes its debut as a public company. Personal spending inched slightly higher in January. According to the Commerce Department, spending rose 0.1%. Not enough to offset a sharp decline in December. Meanwhile, incomes rose 0.2% in February, offsetting a slight drop in January. Walgreens is getting into the CBD business. The drugstore chain will soon sell cannabis-based products in Oregon, Colorado, New Mexico, Kentucky, Tennessee, Vermont, South Carolina, Illinois, and Indiana. Products include creams, patches, and sprays that promote health and well-being. You may remember CBD is a non-psychoactive ingredient in cannabis. And move over free food and coffee. Employees just want more time off. According to a new survey from MetLife, 72% of respondents said their favorite perk is unlimited time off. That work benefit ranked first, followed by rewards for healthy living, phased retirement, and paid sabbaticals. The survey showed employees are just looking for more flexibility to take the occasional vacation day without feeling like they are wasting paid time off. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
All right, Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is up 152 points. The NASDAQ is up 44, and the S&P 500 is up 12 points. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee, who's not taking a day off like everybody else wants.
No, not until next week. We leave for Holland a week from today. So I guess if you call that off with about 20 of my new best friends, that's where I'll be. Today, where we're at is lower in the marketplace, Mark. We got the USDA prospective planting report out at 11 a.m. Central Time. Big numbers. So what the government says is that they are looking for about 92.8 million corn acres that farmers are going to plant. It's about 3 million more than the trade guess had expected. Soybean numbers came in pretty much right on guess, around 84.6 million acres of soybeans going in, less than what we had last year, pretty much right on the trade guess. So as you can imagine, our numbers have taken an absolute nosedive for corn, beans, and wheat. Trying to bring you a little up news, our Wisconsin dairy producers found out yesterday that in February, their milk price went up just a little bit. Wisconsin's average pay price ended up being $16.30 a hundredweight. It's about $1.40 per gallon at the farm gate, 10 cents higher than what they were paid in January, 70 cents higher than February a year ago, but still 50 cents less than the all U.S. milk price. All of our neighbors saw milk price increases too. Iowa, their milk price went up $1.40. Minnesota up $1.20, and Michigan dairy producers got a $2 a hundredweight bump in their February milk. So Wisconsin saw a little bit, but not necessarily as much as we surely could use at this stage in the game. All right, dairy product prices today went just opposite of what we have been seeing. Barrel cheese down a half at $2.25.5. Big move down on 40-pound block cheese, down 7 1/4, 164 1/4. Double A butter up a penny at 160 1/4. And although I don't like to see those numbers going down, I want to remind all my farmers, dairy and otherwise, that today is the final Friday of the week, final Friday of March, final Friday of the quarter. So a lot of this is just adjustment on balance sheets as opposed to fundamentals. Got to toss that in. I don't want to send them into the weekend with halfway decent weather, but all that bad economic news, Mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to enjoy the weekend, some time off.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you Monday.
You bet.
No April Fools?
I don't know. I'm watching out. I got a lot of friends that are just waiting for moments like this.
All right, well, have a good weekend.
All right, see you later.
Chris is here now with that weekend forecast.
That's right, and it is going to be ultimately a nicer weekend, but we've been watching that cloud cover getting ready to stream into the area, and right now we actually have an unsettled pattern kind of developing across parts of the Midwest, the nation's plains, and parts of the upper Midwest here. We're actually watching some cloud cover back in Nebraska start to stream into western Iowa. That's going to work its way towards Madison as we go through today, and then this big cluster that you see down south, that is actually a development of showers and thunderstorms. In fact, I can show those showers and thunderstorms to you. Some of those have been severe. Across parts of Nebraska, we do have some light rain and even some snow just to the north of Omaha. The jet stream all taking these regions of low pressure our direction. However, we do have high pressure just to our north, and I think that's going to help try to push these regions of low pressure farther south and east, along with some more drier air moving into the picture that I think is going to work in our favor of limiting some rain chances as we go through the rest of today and into tomorrow. In fact, watch this. As these regions of low pressure try to move along that front, the rain chances come close, but watch the drier air start to work its way towards the south. As it does so, that eventually actually sweeps out the moisture from our atmosphere. We'll even get rid of a lot of the cloud cover potential that we have as well. This is going to mean more sunshine as we go into Saturday and into your Sunday as well. There is a small chance of some clouds moving back into the picture Sunday night before more sunshine comes on Monday. But the high pressure is keeping us cooler out there for now. We're 6 degrees colder than 24 hours ago here in town, 9 degrees colder in Janesville. Those cooler temperatures will likely translate into the afternoon as well. 46 right now. 52 in Janesville. Yesterday, we were much warmer at this time, and we actually saw those highs close to 60. I don't think we are going to do that today. Winds are also out of the north and northwest at 8 miles per hour, and that's what's ushering in a lot of those colder temperatures as well from above our heads. So let's go ahead and show you this afternoon. I think we'll top out right around 52 degrees. You see the cloud cover streaming in, along with the chance of showers trying to work its way towards us from Iowa. It'll get very close. In fact, as you work your way down towards Janesville, places like Monroe, Beloit, Edgerton, I think you do have the better chance of actually seeing some rain, along with over towards Milwaukee, places like Whitewater, Waukesha. That's where the best rain chance is going to be overnight tonight. Clouds will stick around with us through early Saturday morning, but then it clears out. Here's that sunshine. We'll see those highs right around 43. It'll be breezy with those winds out of the north as well, and then cooling down towards 31. Tomorrow night. But it's a dip of cold air that's coming in right now. Watch what happens after this. Another ridge of warmth is going to build across the western part of the country, and eventually that is going to set the stage for warming temperatures coming back into the picture, and that is what we do have in our forecast. This afternoon, we'll see those temperatures around 52, but then after a colder weekend, we go back to near 60 by Wednesday. There is another cold front that'll bring a chance for rain on Thursday, but then we're still mild even into next weekend for our forecast.
You know, I might put the shovel away.
You might put the shovel away?
I might put the shovel away. I don't want to jinx it, but we'll see. It looks pretty good.
I think it looks pretty good. I've looked long range, and I see no snow chances so far.
Good news.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris. Coming up on News 3 Now at noon, a woman is donating her kidney to a stranger. Why her donation is the first of its kind. That's after a short break. Well, Nina Martinez is 1 in a million, one of the estimated million Americans living with HIV. But that didn't stop Martinez from donating one of her kidneys, which is healthy, to an anonymous recipient, a stranger. Errol Barnett has more on a groundbreaking surgery.
Nina Martinez was brimming with pride before Monday's surgery at Johns Hopkins Medicine in Baltimore.
World famous.
Martinez became the first living donor with HIV to give her kidney to an HIV-positive recipient.
I'm the best looking living kidney donor with HIV the country has ever seen. I mean, I feel really good about that statement.
Following a 2013 law allowing people with HIV to become donors, 116 HIV-positive patients have received kidneys and livers from deceased donors with HIV. This week's breakthrough involving a living donor expands the potential organ donor pool for HIV-positive patients. That could help free up organs for anyone waiting for a kidney. Dr. Derry Segev says a recent study shows patients who have their HIV under control are at low risk for kidney disease, allowing them to donate.
Looking at Nina redefines what HIV looks like in 2019. HIV is not a fatal disease.
Martinez says she first wanted to donate her kidney to a friend with HIV. He died last fall before she completed screening.
I still attribute my donation to him because had he not asked for a kidney, I would not have given one.
So in some way, he and you have still been able to make a difference.
Correct.
Martinez tells me she plans to run the Marine Corps Marathon this year, her second marathon, but her first with just one kidney.
There you go.
Errol Barnett, CBS News, Baltimore.
Cloud cover will be on the increase as we go through the afternoon and into the evening. We're already seeing some of that move in to our west. Temperatures will top out into the low 50s. It is possible for some rain showers overnight tonight. More sunshine through the weekend.
All right, looking good. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.